We've seen that happen plenty of times.
I mean, Sten is top seed, and he's been in loser's bracket for a little while now, so that's all you really need to know.
Oh, yeah?
Sten sent down here by Tina. Rupert, scrolling up a little bit here.
Hey, Glib.
Rupert ran into the buzzsaw that is Seathorn, so look out. Well, we've let them know that we're sitting here waiting on them, so.
Yep.
Well, and then just like that, Rupert readies up. So in 10 seconds, and then with whatever Twitch has in store for us for delay, we're going to get started.
Yep, absolutely. And they are off. At least according to SRL. Can't really base it off
SRL's
it.
mostly on it.
Yep.
Looks like Rupert has a little less stream delay. Rupert, owner of that amazing southern drawl. Sten, owner of that amazing Australian accent, which if I try to imitate, he will yell at me and say I sound terrible. Apparently I sound terrible speaking like myself right now too, so let's just get on with it. Here's Yoshi's Island 2.
Yep. We're hoping not to see anything too eventful from World 1, especially with both of these runners being veterans and just having amassed this much knowledge. We really shouldn't be seeing any problems here.
Yeah, Yoshi's Island 2, pretty straightforward. It's really a matter of how many random swag coins and vine blocks you want to hit. Just gotta make sure you don't hit Yoshi and don't run into the Chuck.
Aw, no 361s. We're gonna have to beat these guys up after the race, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, that might be a double disqualification, so I guess we'll go on with the tiebreaker known as the rest of the race. Shame, really.
Yep. Really sucks.
Will box
Both
jump.
runners get box jump.
There you go.
Yeah, so especially this level will kind of indicate whether or not they're nervous, depending on how aggressive they go. Because some people might go for a little bit more aggressive jumps, and some of them will just do like the bare minimum jumps that they have to do. And that'll kind of show whether or not they're confident, or maybe they're just playing it a little bit safe.
Yeah, Yoshi's Island 3, a pretty easy level to kind of forget exactly what's coming up next when you're under pressure in a race, and it's really nice to see a pair of 259s up there. There's a million ways through it. Neither of them really had any trouble with it. They both came ready to play. Back to Yoshi's Island 4, the deceptively hard level with the mines and the fish.
And the shell jump.
Well, we see a shell jump.
Yeah,
I don't think we're going to see one, but
jump.
you never know.
Rupert skips it. Steven does go for it, but misses it by just a hair. He was really lucky that he didn't die there. He did the inputs a little bit late, so if he hadn't done it as late as he did, he could have died to the shell jump. But we got 275s from both of them, which is what most people get after this level, which is really nice.
Good news is Rupert also got the fish jump. I think that's going to put him ahead in the hearts and minds of the viewers.
Yep. So we're hoping to see some 281s from both of these players, maybe even a 282, or depending on if they go for underball and more risky stuff like that. None of them go for underball. Definitely safe, especially in a tournament setting. We're going to be looking at a 280 from Rupert and a 281 from Steven. Very solid. No problems in World 1 so far. Really good to see. Hey, what's up, Retro Bob?
Just chilling here in the auto scroller, getting the fire flowers, getting the coins.
Yep.
Is Sten going up? Sten's going
yep.
up.
He's going up.
He heard what we said about Rupert getting that fish and needed to do something here.
Yeah. My favorite thing to do, just shooting fireballs constantly off the edge of the screen. Always good to relieve some stress.
Literally the only way for him to recover.
Yeah.
I want to say Sten is slightly ahead. The video feeds are about a second off, and Sten is about a half a second behind, so he's actually a half a second ahead.
Yeah. So as of right now, especially because Sten got that 281, he does have some of that legitimate time save going for him. So about just a little sliver of time ahead for Steve.
Way too little to be meaningful just yet, but hey, it's there.
Yep. Beautiful cape grabs from both of them. So at this rate, or at least for World 2, it's just really about being consistent, and then when it gets more into things like Forest and Chocolate Island, then you have to start worrying about kind of playing it aggressively, because that's when we really get to see who will be ahead and or behind. Rupert gets in with a 360. Steven gets in with a 361, so he had a little bit faster flight speed than Rupert. This streams are almost exactly synced up, but it looks like Steven is just a little bit ahead of Rupert.
Just a little bit. Sten's ISP showing off its worth here. He's got a little bit of a interesting frame rate moving forward, but he's moving ahead. So into the dry room here. Let's see how these shell grabs go. They're in sync on stream.
Oh, no! Rupert gets hit, so he's just gonna have to stick with fire. I don't know if he's gonna go back for one in DP1 or if he's gonna no cape until DP3.
That's true. I don't know what Rupert's strat's gonna be. Is there a cape in DP3?
There's
like one very late.
Yeah, there's one very late, so I'm curious as to whether or not... I'm pretty sure he's probably going to go back to Donut Plains 1, just because doing DP3 no cape is extremely risky. So he's probably going to come back.
DP3, probably one of the hardest no cape levels in this game.
Yep, so Rupert is going back for that cape. And... looks like Steven will take the lead by, I don't know what I'd actually say, maybe around 15 seconds, maybe 20.
Probably closer to 20. He's one donut ghost house ahead.
So a whole donut ghost house.
That gives Sten a little bit of breathing room here, but like we said, unless you really are going to come in here and make absolutely no mistakes, that leaves the door open for Rupert to make his comeback as Sten gets the nice fast takeoff here in Donut Plains 3.
Yep.
So Rupert's job, and this is why I really don't blame him for going back for that cape. I mean, if you have any doubts at all, which basically means you're not named Calco, about your no cape strats, just go back and get that cape. You're already going to fall behind. Don't make any more mistakes and give Sten a bigger lead.
Unfortunately, Rupert does not get the fast takeoff, so he's just going to run back and forth for some P-speed. But he does recover, and he'll just be set a little bit behind Steven.
That's only a second or two, so he's fine.
Yeah, and even at this rate, well, Steven is quite a bit ahead. Even a death or a loss of P-speed or getting hit can result in the other player catching up. So it's still anybody's game, and we basically have the rest of the run to go.
Yeah, Rupert's goal at this point is to basically keep the pressure up and make sure Sten knows he can't make a mistake.
Matt to the C, this is No Cape, No Starworld. In terms of exits, there are 32 of them, but we don't call it 32 exit. So this is just basically beating the game as fast as possible without going to any of the Starworld exits.
Is it 32 or 31?
I'm pretty sure it's 32.
I forget. It's been too long.
Yeah, I forget as well.
Well, Sten's going into Morton's Castle, and that is the first sort of make-or-break level in this run.
Gets the P-speed at the beginning, really nice to see. 393. And Rupert is just chilling over DP4, and we'll be joining Steven in Castle 2 shortly.
So let's see if Sten gets this. If you're not familiar with it, you do need to swing out a little bit here to make sure you get enough speed back and forth, even as you're going up, to make sure you can keep taking off. He grabs that spring. He's going to come up here, get the fire early. Let's see how his spring throw goes.
Beautiful Morton from Steven.
Very nice.
And this might set him ahead of PB. I can't really tell, maybe not, but it does seem like he's going to be on par on that 33 pace still. And let's see how Rupert... Oh,
Rupert not going out nearly far enough. I thought he wouldn't get it even the second time because he went straight up there. You do yeah, swinging out is important. It lets you keep a little bit of that momentum, get right back up to P speed.
Yeah.
If you don't do it, that happens. And he's leaving the spring.
I think
he is.
No, I think the cycles would. I think the cycles are gonna let him actually just get by. Oh, never mind.
Oh.
Really unfortunate to see here. That might be a sub 8 or sub 9. Sorry. No, I don't think so. Or maybe just by a hair.
9. And the weird thing there is, like, if you could have taken the spring, it would not have really interrupted anything there.
Gets a 9 flat.
Yep, Sten doing the setup here. You're going to see Roopert do this hopefully in a moment. Sten had a little bit of a bonk, but manages to fly up here to the key.
So now this is kind of a little bit of a breathing room, or not breathing room, I'm sorry, just a little bit of relaxation time for Steven, just because he has a little bit of, he has the flyovers, and then he just has the rest of Top Bridge, like the auto-scroller, and then we
Oh,
get
there
into
you go.
Forest. Oh, that's really unfortunate to see. Steven does get hit by that Koopa, but there's a cape right next to him, so he should definitely maintain his commanding lead against Roopert. But then again, if Roopert executes all of this flawlessly, he will be able to gain some ground on him.
Yeah, that basically makes up for the Morton fly mistake from Roopert. Taking a little extra time there to have to go over, get that backup cape, and then continue on. Roopert living dangerously, throwing that shell ahead of him.
I do that all the time.
Alright, so Roopert needs to claim this time here in Vanilla Secret 1. Sten's going to be flying over Vanilla Secret 2. He's past the first Koopa, and at that point, you can almost assume it's over. Roopert? Okay.
Yep, so Roopert does get that flying through the Koopas there, unlike unlike Steven, who got hit, but was able to recover from that pretty easily, thankfully to that cape positioning. So about one exit separating both of the runners right now.
Yep. We don't expect to see too much happen between now and really Reznor. Somebody might get hit in the fortress, but it seems unlikely.
Yeah, even in Fort, just going for fast Reznor can kill you sometimes.
Sten did fly a little too low there. He wanted to check out those dolphins, ran right into a question mark block and had to take off again. Nothing huge, but, you know, kind of like Roopert had one or two of these as well. Just 1 or 2 seconds, so the mistakes kind of canceling out here and there.
Yeah.
It's got to be frustrating, too, from a mental perspective here, because, you know, these are the levels that are supposed to be literally free. Like, freer than Third Door free. And to just kind of lose those 2 seconds, you're not sure if Sten's kind of sitting there, you know, banging his head against his desk saying, what am I doing? I know there was a request for the Australian accent earlier. Even for what am I doing? I can't even do it right. It's already awful. Just watch Sten swim. Rupert's flying really fast through these arrows right now.
I don't know. I can try to do a Sten impression, but I'm afraid I would have to retire from the commentary crew if I had done that. So. I can do the I do not condone the killing of kittens clip, but other than that, I don't really think I could do a good Steven impression.
I don't think I can really get low enough to really do Roopert, but I'm probably butchering it right now, to be honest.
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. It's pretty impressive. So, aside from just doing the imitations, we're gonna see both of these runners in Fort. Steven entering the door here, and we'll move on to the auto-scroller.
Oh. He was really close there to getting clipped into the lava.
That was pretty aggressive. That was pretty aggressive.
I clenched a little.
I know. So as of right now, Steven is going to be entering the auto-scroller pretty soon. So he gets about 1.5 minutes, maybe 1:55, just some time to relax. And if you're anything like me, you're probably going to hit the Koopa at the end and fall to your death. But I'm assuming someone as consistent and as godlike as Steven will probably not do that. So
the jinxes are real in this commentary booth.
I know. I'm afraid both of these runners suck. They're gonna get 40s. Totally. Yeah, we have to just say a bunch of bad things, wish them bad luck, and then they'll both.
Here's the thing. I think Sten's trying to show off here by putting these blocks as far down as he can. And that's like one of those things, the moment you lose focus in this game, somebody gets hurt.
I know, it's all fun in games until you die in BB1.
It is. I mean, it's happened to everyone, it feels like. It's happened... I think it happened to Dode at least once or twice. I don't know. It's happened to, it's happened to everyone.
So this is the famous Eric Maddox level, so let's see if both Steven and Roopert avoid the extremely easy-to-avoid soft lock by grabbing a cape off screen.
Just don't grab that cape off the screen. I think that's happened in a race.
That has. I think Eric did soft lock once. So Steven's just kind of chilling out here. There's really not much that you could do in an auto scroll other than just kind of waiting, just enjoying that time. Like, take a little breath. Just think about what you're going to be doing from this point on, because there's maybe about 45 seconds separating them right now.
There's a little discussion in chat, so I do want to point out that I believe we just passed the point on Sten's screen where Dode died twice in the 2016 tournament. It really is a 2015 tournament. It's been a while. There've been a lot of tournaments.
Yeah. Something to be proud of. Alrighty, so Steven is out of the auto-scroller and is in Butterbridge 2 with a Fire Flower intact, which is good to see. Both of these runners, in fact, have a Fire Flower, which means that they won't lose the 16 seconds of having to do the normal Ludwig fight. If they don't get Ludwig jump, though, I'm afraid it's going to have to be an immediate disqualification.
So Roopert is within the stage now, since Sten's not quite out. Maybe he's not, because I think Roopert was actually entering the stages before. Doesn't matter. They're still about a stage. Though, like you were starting to allude to, Ludwig's Castle is kind of where the run, I think Ben said this best, starts to get spicy.
Oh, yeah. This is where it starts to get spicy.
Sten getting the ground pounds in, not bonking, gets his cape cancel, and then here's kind of the real room to look out for in Ludwig's Castle. Getting under these Podobos. He switched to fire early here. Which really just kind of saves, protects you from accidentally flying into the spikes. Does risk the fire, and as such, 16 seconds along with it.
Jeez.
But no trouble.
Climbing to the top of Ludwig here. Sten might lose a little bit of time to his PB. 33 is still viable, even for Roopert, assuming that he does everything perfectly. And again, as we've said before, this is where the run will start to get spicy. We've got clips, we have potential wings even, depending on how confident they are, or how aggressive they are. We got Roy Fly, and we just got a bunch of good stuff just coming up. And this can easily turn the tables for either Roopert or Steven.
Roopert kept his cape through the lava room there, did the cape cancel expertly. Making his way up to the top, he just needs to make sure he doesn't drop the fire too early. He grabs it and he's in. Thanks, Hoglet, for posting the bracket. Easy video game.
No issues from either of them. That's really good to see. I am blown away by Steven's performance right now, even by Roopert's performance. They're both doing really well, and Roopert is giving Steven a run for his money.
Yeah, it's all about just keeping the pressure on and waiting for the moment to strike. Sten, like you were saying, I think Sten might go for wings, especially given the lead. Roopert, given that Pamplemousse was saying Roopert safe strats 83, I don't think we're going to see an attempt out of him for the wings, as
I don't
Sten
think so.
has the setup going here.
Yeah. So it really just comes down to, like, how... Oh, here we go.
That was just really close, but no trouble.
Ooh, beautiful wings. 59 wings. That's insane. Keeping up his lead with Roopert. So let's see how aggressive Roopert will be. We might go against the Roopert safe strats 83 philosophy here, but I'm guessing that he might not go for... They only save like 7 or 8 seconds.
I don't even think they save that much time.
Yeah, I don't even think so. Maybe
they're
like
really
3.
close to the end of the level. You're basically saving the fanfare. That said, easy every time for Sten.
First try clip. He grabs the shell, but does not float down to the key block, or the P-balloon block, sorry. So he will not go for wings, but doesn't even save that much time, so shouldn't see that much distance. Yeah, they save 7 to 8 TNT.
Alright, let's see Roopert's clips. You don't want to see a race go south on this.
Yeah. It's just a shame to see how many races have actually been lost to this. Gets the dismount on the ceiling.
He did bonk twice, but he still gets into the...
First try.
He gets in there.
Easy peasy.
Sten can't like to see that. He's probably already tapping left, though, so... Can't pay too much attention in the middle of the stage.
Yeah. So now I basically just got that flyover FY3 until Roy let off some steam, making out kind of a plan for Chocolate Island, and then most importantly, freaking out over Roy Fly. At least that's my train of thought when I played this game.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, Roy Fly.
Oh no. Luke.
Even the dog is hyped for Roy Fly. Looking for this pillar. Wouldn't expect Sten to miss it.
Got him.
You don't really expect anybody to miss it at this point, but it's one of those things where if you do miss it, it's bad.
Very nice, Roy Fly.
Sure
Grabs the P-switch.
Okay.
Amazing. 270. Awesome. It's a very nice clean 264 for Roopert, and he's going to be moving on to Roy Fly, so I really hope that Roopert does stay calm. Based on how far Steven is ahead, we're just going to have to wait and see.
Alright, so Rupert's turn here.
Alright, I'm clenching.
You want about 4 cape pumps, 2 bonking the ceiling, 2 not. Just
Very nice.
dive across that pillar. And we'll just keep going. Rupert's going to take the P-switch.
Throws it away, though.
Woohoo, okay.
Ooh, goes for a little bit more
What?
risky strat.
What?
Kills the fireball. Oh my god. That's...
We, like, credit Roopert
Jeez.
30 seconds of time for that swag kill.
That was... Oh my god.
I'm told it never
I credit
shoots.
him on his courage, dude.
I'm told it never shoots.
Someone grab Gatorade, pour it all over him. That's insane, dude. I've never gone for that. I would never have that much courage.
I think Sten just beefed
Go
it.
for it. Yeah, I don't think he's actually going... Yeah, he doesn't get the
Yeah.
pipe fly, unfortunately.
It's not going to be that much time. That might make it more, though. Sten getting the moon, it's not swag, though, so he's got to kind of... Okay, okay.
Oh, it looks like he was going to neutral jump his way to the end, but I don't think that would have been the best choice. And it
Not
doesn't
going
go
back
for
with the
Unicape.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
That's kind of sad. How would you disrespect Unikitten like that? That's just crazy.
This guy.
He's all over the place today.
Well,
It doesn't look like Roop is going to go for pipe fly.
Pipefly doesn't really save enough time to kind of warrant going for it if you're not going to go for other things. I'm told it is relatively free, but it's one of those things where unless you really grind out this game, it's like, it's there.
It's sort of luck of the draw, even just depending on how you get into the pipe.
Most people say it's pretty free, but Roopert does want the cape. Sten does get the boo bounce.
The Carl Sagan hop.
Chat calling for Sten to be disqualified for not getting that cape.
I know.
So I don't know.
Alright. Roopert in the ghost house right now. Let's see how he does. Oh, gets caught on the above screen object, but does a cape dive at just the right time to make it in there. A little bit sketchy, but does get to the door safely with both capes. Also gets the Sagan hop. Very nice.
Very
And
nice.
let's see if Steven gets the key swag. Does. Very nice. Both runners actually not making major mistakes. Aside from Rupert's slightly larger mistake at the beginning, he has been playing really well. Electric Fish Tank passed away recently, a couple months ago, or roughly about a month ago, and we're holding this tournament in his honor.
Electric Fist Tank was a respected member of the Mario World community, came into some of the early tournaments, lost a battle with liver disease a couple of months ago. And actually, I don't have the donation link handy myself. I'm not sure if it's below the stream. But this tournament's actually also kind of raising funds for a scholarship in his name to be given out at his college to not his college, his high school, to somebody in the marching band. So if you want to pitch in on that, that would honestly, giving anybody any amount of extra money to help pay for the textbooks and everything else you need for the grind the first few years of college. Everything helps.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It seems like I don't think we have a total on the Discord right now. Let's take a look.
Sten is through Chocolate Secret, by the way. Rupert's through the first room, which is honestly the hard room. As we look for that total.
No, unfortunately, we have not seen. Ben hasn't put up a total amount of money raised, but we have raised quite a bit. So if we can keep those donations coming, EFT means a lot to the community. We still want to keep them in our hearts. So.
Yeah, they are going through Zero Maverick. So, on to Wendy's Castle for now, as Rupert's wrapping up Chocolate Secret. Sten in the castle already got the Crusher skip and the Cycle skip. Wendy's Castle is probably the most common place for something to go wrong in a race. It tends to take the middle of the tournaments off.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the high-risk places if you want to play it aggressively.
Yep. Sten doesn't even care that it's Wendy's Castle.
I know, he's just breezing his way through it, and Rupert will be joining him soon. Let's see if it goes just as well for him.
That second stomp was a little sketch, but he's okay. He had his backup power-up still anyway, so...
Let's see if he goes for Crusher. Oh, no, he doesn't have the Cape Flight.
He goes too soon. He's thinking about how to get this cape back.
Ooh, that was sketchy.
He gets it back, and I don't know if I actually agree with that at this point. He loses it anyway, so maybe it is good he got it. Don't run. Oh my God. Ugh, too close. All right,
this guy's
so
scaring me. So let's see how well his No Cape No Starworld strats take him. Oh,
I don't like that spin jump onto the big spark there, but he's got to make this jump. Okay.
And he does.
Okay.
There is a little, or I've tried this before, but if you do a really good regrab, you can get through that in one cycle, but it's actually stupid because you can.
Rupert goes to spin jump both of them at once, takes the damage from it. Never try to spin jump both at once, and don't run into the dolls even after Wendy's dead. So Rupert survives, but is not going to be able to get a cape at the beginning of the ghost ship.
Unfortunately not.
And really, he's running out of game to catch up in at this point. We're really looking for Sten to have something disastrous happen in the sandbar and probably even then die in the Vob Fort. Sten with a... I think the doubling back there is what's going to make this Scrolla setup work. He gets the double.
Ooh. Wow. That's really impressive. Double Boomerang despawn. And we're going into the magical sunken ghost ship end room.
That's the double despawn. Since, I don't know if Rupert's going to get the same thing to happen or not, but there's supposed to be 2 boomerangs there at the end. We saw neither of them. In fact, we saw the cloud longer than we should have.
Oh yeah, that's true. So Steven falling through that very last gap. And we're getting there, we're getting there. We're there.
Orb.
So safe. Orb. Sunken Ghost End. And now it'll be Rupert's turn coming up soon. I'm not sure, where's the nearest cape? I'm pretty sure it's in Vob 2.
It's go back into the ghost ship if you really want it. That said, honestly, my philosophy has always kind of been, once you're past Chocolate Ghost House, the cape doesn't really save you at nearly as much time, really, except for cape kill. And Rupert's not even going to keep the mushroom. He's just... Well, he might get a mushroom in this section. But, certainly at this level, you have to be able to just go through the levels, not worry about a cape. If the worst that happens is you don't have a cape for Vob 1 and you can't do the jump onto the mole at the midway point, Sten chasing the 1-up away. What's going on there? That's not too bad. Rupert's about there.
And orb. I don't want to break anyone's ears today, so.
Both runners have been disqualified for getting an orb in a non-11 exit race. So, enter the sandbar. We didn't really talk about Vob 1 at all. It's kind of self-explanatory, though. There's a maze, you take a path. Rupert's path should be slightly different than Sten's because he doesn't have a cape. But that's really about it.
Yeah, I don't think... I'm pretty sure that if he might grab one of the throw blocks at the end just for safety, but
I think he's going to actually take a damage boost somewhere in here. Maybe even
never
unintentionally.
mind. Actually, that's it. Yeah.
That's
Ooh,
not even the one to take,
gap
but
there.
it kind of works out. He has to make a spin jump here. Small Mario can make that. Big Mario cannot. Big Mario, you damage boost on the bottom row.
Grabs the throw block. Very nice.
Yep. And Sten not going for anything silly and risky here inside the sandbar. Not trying to clip. Just pushing through the level. And with that, it's just kind of a normal stage. Does at least get that little extra, like, minimal time gain there.
Yeah. And Steven is going to put the key in the hole for Vob 2. And it looks like Rupert is no caping the first room and probably grabbing the cape in the second room. And I think this race is definitely in Steven's favor unless he dies in this castle. Or in this fort, rather.
I'm not even sure there's enough time for that. Just given... Rupert has the entire sandbar still to traverse. I feel like Sten could actually get clipped into the ravioli against Reznor and still have the lead.
You really think so?
I think so.
I don't know. Rupert is making short work of the sandbar room, so we might see something different. Here comes the Reznor
Sten's
fight.
already in there, though.
Doesn't clip into the ravioli.
He doesn't go in, but even if he did, Rupert's not even in the last room of Vob 2.
Yeah, he's about to be, though. It looks like we're gonna looking at a 33, maybe high 33, low 34 from Steven, and a 35 from Rupert. Maybe even a 36. Ooh, almost dies for that last little bit there. If you do unduck too early, then you can die there.
Bad things can happen.
Bad things, bad.
Sten almost crashing into that Mecha Koopa.
Lucky he has that backup cape. Vob fort now for Rupert.
Sten disrespecting the midway gate.
How dare he?
Races have been won and lost because of that midway gate, sir.
We
apparently had a refresh on Rupert's stream. Not quite sure what happened there.
Oh man, Rupert gets it. I think he's gonna play it safe. He is still
mushroom's
small.
in a really bad spot, falling down. It's not really recoverable.
And Steven already gonna go to the second phase of Bowser, so I think this race is pretty much settled. Enters the Reznor now.
The Bowser fight is still long enough, although Rupert...
Oh my god, Rupert's playing it aggressive,
Rupert?
even as small Mario. But does it? Oh my... Oh, this guy is freaking me out, man.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, Sten definitely needs disqualifications for all the times that he disrespected this game. Nintendo worked hard on this man.
I think he's okay. That was a little fast. But I want to say that should be ball skip.
Yeah, it's ball skip.
There you go.
And the last phase, and it looks like Steven will 33 this run. Really nice.
If you're not familiar with the cape kill, it does save, I think, was it like 10 or 14 seconds? Closer to like 10.
Oh wait, cape kill or ball skip?
Cape kill, which includes ball skip.
Oh,
yeah, ball
that
skip,
will probably...
I want to say cape...
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, because it's like cape kill by itself is like 10 seconds. Ball skip without a cape is still like a few seconds over not doing either of those and doing a straight.
I want to say like... Oh, Mad Record said 7 seconds over just doing the ball skip. And a 33.46 from Steven, and an SRL that is a 33.47. Very nice, Steven. Very good run. Meanwhile, Rupert is moving on, still pretty close on his heels though. So
Rupert's still gonna have a solid time. We
yeah,
will
definitely
have to send him home, but he's gonna wrap this up. TNT out here in chat, scouting his opposition. Not sure if he's gonna say anything in chat before we get Sten in here for the interview.
Yep. That being said, Steven, if you'd like to join us for an interview, we're more than happy to take you in here.
Let him know in the race chat. Yeah, I think it's 7 seconds against just ball skip is about right. I think it's like 10 seconds against nothing. But Sten is here.
Hello.
He's here
Hello,
to yell at
Steven.
me for even trying to talk with an Australian accent earlier.
Oh, I was in another voice call at the time. I had the stream muted.
It was a wise decision. Let's not mince words here.
Yeah. So, Steven, how'd you feel about that run overall?
I mean, there were a few sloppy mistakes scattered all over the place. But honestly, not that bad. I'm
GG.
pretty happy with how that turned out.
Yeah. And that being said, Rupert does finish the run with a 35-24, both SRL and stream time. GG to both of you guys. Very solid run, Steven. Did you go for those forest wings just because you wanted to get more ahead, or just for swag?
I always go for forest wings.
I had a feeling you would say
dang.
that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna just not go for forest wings.
That's just illegal. Have you gotten forest wings in every single run that you've done in this tourney?
I think I've missed them I've at least missed them in some. I think I died to them in at least one, maybe two. Just being really dumb.
Yeah, so I think you're going on to face TNT now, I think. So how do you feel about that? Playing against you are the number 1 seed, so it's okay to say
I
that
don't
you're
know.
gonna beat them.
TNT could be tough. I'll have to see.
Are you-
TNT, are you free right now?
Oh my.
I know you're there in chat,
Sten,
but
not
look,
satisfied.
I'm not gonna.
Dude, he wants another win. Let's go.
I just know I won't have I won't have another chance for a race, for quite a while because I literally leave the country tomorrow.
So at
7
Sten
p.m.
will be
Central,
on,
so that's like 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, Sten.
Yeah,
Sten, of
let's
course,
go.
Just
is
give you 20
running.
minutes to practice. Dude, we got another one coming on. Let's go. Oh yeah, Rupert, if you want to join us for an interview as well, he's actually in race room, so if you
He's working on it. He's working on it.
Jeez.
Oh, wait,
okay,
hang on. We got him.
Hello.
Yo,
Hey,
A little
Rupert.
staticky, but how's it going?
It's going okay.
How do you think that went for you?
Kind of rusty. I hadn't really had a chance to play in the last several days, but I guess considering it went okay. World 2 went rather poorly for me, but the rest of it was not so bad, but for the most part. But it was along the lines of kind of what I expected.
Yeah, that was a really nice run, even though you did choke it. I could only dream of getting a PB that good, so GG to both of you for sure.
Thanks.
Yeah, solid
Thanks.
runs.
Yeah, so Steven, if you beat TNT, or the winner of that match will go on to face either Tina Hacks, mostly SMW, or Weird Waldo. So we're gonna have to see. That's kind of a coin toss. I don't really know how that will end up.
Sten
Yeah.
is trying to make sure that TNT doesn't just lose to the 2 seed, but also loses to the top seed. TNT getting probably the draw of the tournament here.
This is kind of scary.
Echo.
Ec-
I just had to say it at some point.
So let's take a look at these new Starworld time. TNT, I'm trying to find them. 33:55. So your PBs aren't that far apart. Who am I echoing through, by the way? Just
Oh,
want to
it's
fix that for
Rupert,
next
don't worry
match.
about it.
Oh.
We're just happy to have Rupert in here. Rupert
That fixes
also probably happy that he didn't get to hear my southern accent there.
Oh god, did you try impersonating both of us?
I might have.
Maybe.
We had to do something during the Vanilla Secrets.
That's
Fair,
fair.
fair enough.
The tabletop is just...
Yeah. I was talking to Rupert, or not Rupert, I'm sorry, Mr. Cav. I was telling him I was gonna try to do your "I do not condone the killing of kittens" impression, but I didn't wanna humiliate myself. Only you can say it, and then when you say it, it's legendary.
I'm glad that made my the clip highlights of 2017 thing that Twitch did.
That's great. So I guess Steven versus TNT is in 20 minutes. So I think we're gonna take a quick intermission then, or we're just gonna keep this the stream going.
I'm just gonna keep the stream live at this point.
Alrighty then.
Yeah, maybe just intermission music, not us talking the whole time.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for joining, folks.
Yep.
We will
Stay
be
tuned.
staying live for Sten against TNT in just a minute. Somewhere in here, there's a folder labeled music, and it has.
Yeah.
MP3s
So
in
I
it.
will not be able to commentate this next one, unfortunately. So.
I'll just stay in here and commentate my own race. It'll be fine.
It'll work.
All right.
Flip, you still out there, or really anybody else? We'll see.
Yep.
But,
GG. Steven.
Thank you.
Alrighty. I'll see you guys later. Really nice commentating with you, Mr. Cav. You did really, really well, dude.
You too, Xanthia. Always a pleasure.
Yep. Alright, have a good night, you guys.
We'll be back.
Or I guess morning for Steven.
Thank you. Well, it's almost midday.